It's beautiful, everyone. So I want to talk about cities and generators of power, currency, and a few other things to do with flux of alternating current, and how certain cities, meaning a place of power, C-I-T-Y, or a city, S-I-D-D-H-I, meaning a shaman or some type of being with power. How these are, at times, people go into a city and they are drained of energy. And sometimes they go into cities and they absorb energy. And I think I told this story a while ago, and it's something very brief, but I used to really not like going into the mall because the currency and the energy and the electricity of the mall was just overwhelming to me. The colors and the bright lights and the energy of the people was just too much. Being very empathetic and collecting a lot of good, bad, and different vibes it was difficult at times. But one time I went into the Apple store. A friend of mine needed to get a phone repaired and convinced me to go. And I changed my view of what the Apple store was. Imagine that, the idea of biting of the apple, and the idea of what the Apple store even signified in my life, because it was like the mall was just the epitome of not the pleasurable place to go. So I went to this Apple store and I just changed my way of interacting with the environment. And I, instead of walking in and looking at the lights, and as I say that, the light above me goes on. How very interesting. I turned my hands outward the same way you'd collect sun energy into the palms of your hand. And I did that, and the entire experience changed. And in these major cities, and I've noticed the grid, and they say a gritty city. It's Gritty, like it's very gritty, like sandpaper. Well, it's also, and I think it's more so, Grid, like a grid, because the grid, and so walking through these cities of grids, sometimes the energy is pulled and absorbed into the grid, into the larger system. It's like going into a casino. Most people lose their energy, lose their currency, but some people don't. Some people take some of that currency. They absorb it. And so it's just changing the perception of the place that you're in. Like, what city are you in? Like, I always knew that New Orleans was a spirit city, and that I should be here, and that it had kindred spirit here. And the kind of energy that is here is always alternating. This gets a lot into direct current and alternating current. Direct current means to have a source that funnels energy directly into something. Alternating means it goes back and forth, and it moves around. And if you change the idea from the city itself being a direct source or puller of energy, and you look at the city as what, especially you can see it in a lot of cities where gambling occurs. In AC, Atlantic City, it says it right in the name, Atlantic City. Or Vegas Nerve, Las Vegas. And you could go into places there's a lot of music, and you'll find that there's a flux of energy in both directions. Some of it is an organic energy, the people that are putting out by playing music and putting vibes and currency and energy out, and the return is in a monetary moon-based currency. Nonetheless, it's a current. It's a alternating current. It goes back and forth. It's like hot potato. And so it's very, what a wonderful city to be in. What a great city. It's like you walk around and everywhere you go, people are exchanging good currency. They're smiling. Whether or not people come to New Orleans and use it as a vacation or whether they go to the casino here, they might have a little money end up coming out of their pocket, but they're happy to do so. They might have a little bit of energy that's been put into the system, but they get it back in a different way. These people that have they've lightened their wallets by $1,000, but they've also lightened their hearts or their minds because of the energetic influx of the music, or just the people, or the smells of the flowers, or whatever the sight of the artwork, because there's so much here. So there's always this alternating positive currency, and by positive I don't mean as in positive and negative, I just mean a constructive, energetic, that it's a growth. There's trees here. A lot of cities don't have trees. There are trees here, and as the trees grow, it's also growing the city, even the inorganic part of the city, what you'd call that. So no matter where you live, if you change the view of what you see the city as, you can start to collect and absorb the energy of the city. And as long as you see it in a way that you can use that energy and current to supply to other people, more energy comes to you. So have a fun, magical day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be, finding currency that you can transmute and change into something that's valuable for other people. Have a magical day, everybody. Cheers.